The Steam Deck is a very awesome device. It can do many things besides play just modern day games. In this video, we're going to cover some of the good games that I play on the Steam Deck. Now, I will also cover if this game is playable on SteamOS or Windows, because I do have a dual booted Steam Deck. And the first one on my list is Apex Legends, a free-to-play battle royale shooter based game. This game is playable on SteamOS as well as Windows. Multiplayer support is very good in this game, so you can get your friends no matter if they're on Xbox, PlayStation, or even PC. That's right, this game has cross-platform capabilities. And once again, this game costs $0.00. The next game that I think is really good for the Steam Deck is Blood Hunt. This is another battle royale based game, but instead of it being first person, it's a third person based shooter. Running around a city, the goal is to be number one, just like in all battle royales. But in order to stay alive, you can feed on civilians and use many different abilities that give you a competitive edge in the game. The player base as well as the multiplayer base is really good for this game. But this game does have one flaw. It is not cross-platform compatible, which means that you will only be playing people that's on PC. Now, of course, this game costs $0.00, and it can be played on SteamOS as well as Windows. The next game on my list is Among Us. No, it's not a AAA game, but it is a nice game to play if you're not trying to burn out a lot of battery on your Steam Deck. The player base on this game is really good, and it is cross-platform compatible with not just the Steam Deck, but also with Xbox, PlayStation, PC, as well as your Android or iOS device. Now, as far as pricing goes with Among Us, it is $4.99. Now, the next game on this list is Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Now, me personally, I am a huge Metal Gear fan, and you like a stealth ops type of game to where you can sneak around and do many different things, then this game is the way to go. Now, you play this game in third person, and it's open world. Players must stealthily traverse several areas in the game world, avoiding enemy guards and remaining undetected. You have many different items that you have with you: weapons, explosives, stealth-based items including cardboards, boxes, and decoys that you can use to actually not be detected. The player-based support for this game is kind of low. It does have online support, but my recommendations for playing this game is to play it for its single-player support. This game is not free. It does cost $19.99. And you can play it indeed on Windows or SteamOS. Now, the next game on this list is not even a Steam game or a Windows game. It is a PlayStation 2 game. That's right, because the Steam Deck can also emulate the PlayStation 2, bringing back much nostalgia. The game I'm talking about is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. If you are a huge fan of the Dragon Ball series, then you know that this game was real good back in its day. Being able to play with characters as Goku, Trunks, Vegeta, Piccolo, anybody you might want to. Transformations was really good in this game as well. Now, of course, I already know about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and all the latest Dragon Ball games, but this game never gets old. Now, I heard that there is a new Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4 coming out. They call it Sparking Zero. And when it does get released, I will do a gameplay on that on the Steam Deck if it's compatible with it. Now, of course, the Steam Deck has no problems running this game at all. There's no multiplayer support because it is a emulated PlayStation 2 game. This was made possible through a software called EmuDeck. If you want me to do a separate video and show you how to actually get that up and running, then make sure to leave a like on this video and let me know in the comment section below. Now, the next game on this list is Little Nightmares. It's a single player game. It's a puzzle horror adventure type game. As the player, you have to go through the world, occasionally being blocked by puzzles that must be solved to proceed. Because you're so small in the game and can't fight, you gotta rely on stealth and the environment to hide in various elements. As you go through the game, the player is given tools that even the odds slightly and allow them to fight back or even kill them. They have a second version of this game, Little Nightmares and Little Nightmares 2. Now this game is not by any means free. Little Nightmares 1 is $19.99 in the Steam store, and Little Nightmares 2 is $29.99. And there are talks about Little Nightmare 3 releasing this year, 2024. Now the next game that I have on this list is Metal Gear Rising. If you're familiar with Metal Gear, then you know about Raiden, which is one of the characters that you met in Metal Gear Solid 2. Well, in this game, he's a katana wielding cyborg. There is a lot of combat in this game, mainly using your sword. Now, this is a PlayStation 3 emulated game. You cannot find this in the Steam store or on Windows. I used EmuDeck to go ahead and emulate the PlayStation 3 being able to play this game. Of course, this is a single player game. One is because it's being emulated. You cannot play multiplayer on emulated games. Now the next game on this list will be Call of Duty. And by now, a lot of you will probably know that Call of Duty is not playable on Steam OS. That is because of the game's anti-cheat system is not optimized for Linux. But there is a way around this. If you do have a dual booted Steam Deck, or if you want to learn more about dual booting and want me to show you how to do it, then I can definitely make another detailed video for that. But you are able to play this on your Steam Deck by the means of running Windows. I have Windows 10 on my Steam Deck dual booted with Steam OS. This was made possible by taking the original SSD out of my Steam Deck and replacing it with a 1 terabyte. I used a software called Gpart, which to go ahead and partition that into 2 separate drives, one for my Steam OS and the other for my Windows hard drive. So any game that I'm not able to play on Steam OS because of the anti-cheat system, I will be able to play on my Windows side. And yes, the Steam Deck can also play Modern Warfare 1, 2, and the new Modern Warfare 3 that came out. Multiplayer support is very heavy on this game. You can play multiplayer, you can play Warzone. Now, of course, Call of Duty, depending on which one you want, the latest Modern Warfare 3 game is around $70. But it is playable. The major downfall about having this game or playing this game is you're gonna have to be around some power, because this game will drain your battery really quickly. On battery, you probably will have around an hour. Zombies look pretty good on this game as well. That's gonna do it for this list. Leave a like for part 2, because I have many more games I can show y'all. Subscribe. Turn on those post notifications, because I'm going to be posting more content like this on a weekly basis.